In case you missed it, February 10th, 2017. Hi, good evening, happy Friday to anybody who's joining. This is a series of videos that I'm doing in case you missed it. I do all sorts of projects throughout the week on all sorts of different platforms, whether it's doing tutorial videos on my YouTube channel, or free patterns on my website, or new products on my website, promotions on my mailing list that you can reach through my website. You can sign up for my mailing list there. I do different sort of things in all sorts of different parts of social media, and this is something that I thought was perfect for Facebook Live, the fact that I can do an In Case You Missed It episode once a week, and so you can catch up on all the different things that I've been doing throughout the week so you don't miss anything. And tonight I was going to show you some of my new free patterns, which also coincide with new products and new tutorial videos. And let's see, what else am I going to show you? Oh, I don't know, I'm sure there's a few other things here, so we'll just get started in a couple of minutes. When I see some people have joined, I see Jeannie. Jean is here. Hi, thanks for joining tonight. And I was just going to show you some different samples of the yarns. Like some of these shawls would be things that you may have seen the product. Like for example, this is Be So Sporty Cake, which is a 4-color self-striping yarn in Be So Sporty. So this would be a 2-ball project. And then this one is a lacy cake, which is 1 hank of Be So Fine yarn in a 5-color self-striping that I've worked on. And you may have seen the product. Like here's one of the lacy cakes in this colorway. And this is now what one of the shawls looks like worked up in it. And it uses 5 colors of Be So Fine yarn. So if you're familiar with the color palette, this first one is Passionate Plum, Stormy Sea, Chantilly Lace, Sun-Kissed Yellow, and Lilac Memories. And what's so cool about this project is that it couldn't be easier if you've never done a top-down shawl before. And I will do a tutorial video on this as well. But in the meantime, the free pattern is available on my website. It's a top-down V-stitch shawl. So I'll try to bring it a little closer so you can see. It's just a V-stitch. So if you're familiar with crochet, a V-stitch is double crochet, chain 2, double crochet. And so it's a top-down shawl in V-stitch. And what creates this really fancy scalloped edge along the bottom is not stitch work. It's just a perfectly placed spike single crochet in the last row to create these beautifully dramatic, swagged, scalloped edge. Isn't that beautiful? So dramatic, but yet it's a super, super easy shawl to make. And that's only a 1 hank project. Even though you get 5 colors, it's still only a 1 hank project. And this one here, this is done in Sporty Cake, which is the sport weight yarn. And you can see it's done in 2 balls of the same colorway. That's a 4-color stripe. And what you do on this one is you start each of them as a triangular shawl from here, and you work down, and you join one. You make one first, then when you make the second one, you join it to the first one as you go. This is also a free pattern available on my website now. There's a tutorial video coming, but I don't believe the tutorial video is live yet. And so that would be for Sporty Cakes. Let's see, do I have one? I don't, but it looks an awful lot like the lacy cakes. It's just a 4-color self-stripe in Be So Sporty yarn, whereas this is a 5-color stripe in the Be So Fine yarn. Here's another free pattern that came out this week. I did a really big tote bag because I wanted to be able to bring it to the beach. And I did a really large handle on it so that you can wear it cross-body if you want to. And I'll show you. Now this one I have. Not only, it's Be So Sporty yarn, so you can buy the yarn on my website. It is a free pattern already, and the pattern is on my website. And I also have it as a video tutorial on YouTube, and it also is available in right-handed and left-handed crochet videos. Isn't that adorable? It easily fits over your shoulder. It has a flat bottom with flat bottom seams right there and on the other side. I also use slip stitches for all of the joining techniques as well as both sides of the strap, and slip stitches, as you know as a crocheter, are very rigid, so that means that this has even less opportunity to stretch, so it ends up being a very, very sturdy bag. You could fit several towels in there and lots of other things. I like to bring a king-size quilt to the beach to lay out on, and that's what's in here. In fact, that brings me to another question that I get asked often, and that is, how do you keep your yarn safe when you knit and crochet at the beach? Which I do as often as I possibly can. And the way I do that is by sitting on a very large, quilt, cover, whatever, and I usually take a king-size quilt so that I can sit in the center, bring my project bag with me to the center of the quilt, and that way I have a little more freedom from getting sandy, so that when I decide to get off the quilt and go do anything else, go to the water or go for a walk, I put everything away and leave it in the center. So you realize a king-size quilt has several feet from the center to the edge where the sand is, and I'm able to keep my project really quite safe from the sand that way. And so because I carry such a large quilt with me, I needed a big bag. And whether you're using it for a market bag, tote bag, or even a beach bag, bigger is better when it comes to toting things around. So that's why I decided to make such a large one for this project. A couple of the things that I've been working on lately, these particular shawls have been made. The patterns have been written. They're free patterns available on my website already, but due to some inclement weather, I actually haven't gotten around to photographing them yet. So even the photos on the free pattern pages on my website are still only blocking photos. They're not nice photos at all yet. Hopefully you're still enjoying the patterns, but if you haven't been able to appreciate them yet because the photos don't do it justice, I thought I'd do a quick viewing of these. And this is a really, really beautiful lace sampler shawl. If you look closely, you can see it's a sampling of different types of knit lace stitch patterns. And would you believe that this is still only a one hank project? This is a one hank project in Be So Fine yarn, and this is one of the hand-dyed colorways. I have several hand-dyed colorways available on my website right now, and so this one, this lace sampler shawl, is a one hank project. This is another one that doesn't have very nice photos yet, but as soon as the weather clears up a bit, it seems like every time I go out to do photos, it's raining or it's gloomy, or if it's beautiful, I don't have time. So anyway, this is another one that has horrible photos on the website. It's still just blocking photos, but it's a really, really fun project in Be So Brave yarn, which is my worsted weight American Merino wool. And this is done in a 2-color stripe of Cape Cod Bay and Plymouth Rock. And you see these vertical stripes in between the horizontal stripes. That's done with slip stitches. So I did a little combination of slip stitches on either side of the increases, because this is a top-down project. And it gives you this really subtle but beautiful design detail of vertical stripes on horizontal stripes, and it's done with slip stitches, not with changing your color. So it actually is a lot simpler than it looks. And this particular shape is a lot of fun to wear. It's bigger than a triangle, so it goes flat across the back, and you can wrap it in a number of ways around your shoulders to keep warm. Great outerwear for this time of year. A couple of other projects that I have on my website right now, and that is 2 new lace scarves. And these are in a new, maybe not a new product, but a product that you may not be familiar with, and that is I've been doing a sampling of Be So Fine yarn. You know, Be So Fine comes in 650 yard hanks. So unless you're wanting to make a giant shawl like this is actually 1 hank of Be So Fine yarn. But Be So Fine is also a really wonderful yarn for smaller projects. It's great for scarves and different tiny lacy things. So I thought it might be fun to make a tidbit size, and what I call them are tidbit singles, and they're miniature hanks of Be So Fine yarn that is wound into center pull balls. Here are some of them, and they retail for only $10.99. They're available on my website now, and here's two of the scarves that I've done so far that use one of those. So with the tidbit single, you can make a small scarf. It's not that small, it's 7 inches by 54 inches. Here's one of the patterns that's on my website now and available as a YouTube video to watch. It comes in right-handed and left-handed crochet videos. And then this is one that's coming soon. This is another really pretty simple pattern, and I put beads on this one. I don't know if you can see them in this lighting, but there are beads. See how it's kind of striped? There's 2 rows of mesh and then a double crochet row. On the double crochet row, I've put some beads. Really, really pretty. And so you can order the yarn now. The patterns and videos are on my website. Really cute, really fun size. It's, like I said, just under 60 inches and 7 inches wide. And it can be worn a number of ways. I wore this one with a navy blue t-shirt yesterday and like a military linen vest with jeans, and it looks so cute. So just a nice little accessory, nice little pop of color. So those, and then I thought I'd show you some of the things that are coming soon. Oh, and one other thing. I said that I would tell you about any sales that you may have missed from elsewhere in social media, and on my mailing list I've announced that I'm doing a bag discount on my website. So whether you're buying Be So Fine, Be So Brave, or Be So Sporty yarn, you can buy a bag of 10 of them and get them at a discount, and you can even choose your colors. So what was I going to tell you that for? There was something I was going to bring out. Oh, that's right. So when you buy the bag of 10, you'll also get a bottle of Rapture included in the sale. And that's Rapture Delicate Wash, all natural, no rinse formula. It has the scent of night blooming jasmine as an essential oil, so it's even a natural fragrance too. And the yarns all come with a pod of Rapture, but I'm throwing in an extra bottle of it as well with that bag discount sale. Then I thought I'd show you some of the things that I'm working on coming next. I have some colors of Be So Brave here, which is the worsted weight American merino wool. And I'm working on 2 different types of projects right now. I'm working on some felting, which you may have seen. I have done some felted projects in this yarn before, but I wanted to work on some bags and accessory cases with color work. So here are 3 of the different swatches that I've done so far. This one's with Ornsicle, American Beauty, and Flamingo, and it's like that offset squares of double crochet. So I've done that, and I thought that would be really cool once it was lined. And then here is a sample of single crochet stripes in Everglades, Plymouth Rock, and Lincoln Lime. And here's a swatch of double crochet in Huckleberry Pie, Waves of Green, and Cape Cod Bay. And then I'll show you what these colors look like in the balls so you can see the color better. So this swatch is with these 3 colors. And then this swatch is with these 3 colors. And this swatch is with these 3 colors. Oh, there was one other project I was going to bring in and I didn't. Oh well, I'll save that one for next week. In the meantime, I also wanted to show you, after beading, I don't bead a whole lot, and I love beading, and I had so much fun beading this crochet scarf that I decided I wanted to do some more beading. So one of the next projects I'm working on is doing some beaded scarves with Brave also, and I have some new beads that I picked up to do it in, and I'll show you. I did them in color palettes. So this is a sneak preview of new patterns that I haven't even made, let alone released, but I've got these beautiful beads that will go with these three colors. That's Flamingo, Ornsicle, and American Beauty, and these beads that will coordinate with them. So I'm going to do some simple scarves with these beautiful beads. And I have some green beads to go with Plymouth Rock, Everglades, and Lincoln Lime. Oh, the lighting's kind of funky in here for this. You probably can't see it. Oh well, it's just a sneak preview. And then I have some other purple and blue beads here for these colors and more. There's more colors that I didn't bring in here tonight, so I thought those would be fun. So they're just going to be simple scarves like the crochet ones that I did with the Be So Fine Tidbit singles, but they're going to be with Brave, and they will also be one hank projects. You know, scarves are such a wonderful way to learn a new technique or learn a new stitch pattern that I think it'll be really fun to apply different techniques or different stitch patterns that you may have not tried before, and do it in just such a small project. You can get so much practice out of a scarf, and then scarves are just easy to wear, great for adding a pop of color to any of your existing wardrobe, or for bringing in a new color that you're just excited about. So those will be coming in the next week. I'm also working on a cardigan that is going to be a vest and a long sleeve cardigan. I was inspired by some mermaid colors. Down here in Naples, Florida, there's a bikini designer who buys yarn from me sometimes, and she makes the most beautiful bikinis with my yarn, with the bamboo yarns. And she ordered some colors the other day that I didn't necessarily think of as bikini colors in my mind, but when she put them together, it just screamed a mermaid to me. She took Iced Silver Fox, Pink Damask, and Harbor Fog, and said she was going to do some color work with it. Oh, I can show you. Here's some of those colors together in the Quartz Geode colorway. Here it is in the reverse, so you can kind of see those colors here too. So she was taking these colors and making bikinis, and I was like, gosh, I really like those, but I'm not an everyday bikini designer. What can I do with these colors? Because I'm excited about them now. So I started this cardigan, and I was so excited yesterday that I think I worked on it for about 10 hours. Had to have, because not only did I finish the entire lower body, and it's going to be a longer cardigan, I finished it, the entire lower body, up to the armpits, and I even got the left side front done. And after I did that, I decided to move some furniture around a little bit, and lo and behold, my wrist hurts now. And I've had to take the day off today to make sure that I'm not doing any more damage. So I'm not sure how bad of an injury it is, but now I have to take off a little time from knitting and crochet. But as soon as I get back to it, please be expecting a mermaid cardigan and or vest, depending on if you put sleeves on it or not. These more beaded scarves in not only the new product, Be So Fine Tidbit singles, retail for $10.99. You can make a gorgeous, vibrant, silky, slinky bamboo scarf for around $10, which is just amazing. You can also look to find some beaded scarves in Be So Brave, this worsted weight, yummy, soft wool, and also some felted projects in that. So as soon as I get my wrist back on track, I am alternating heat and ice today. Going to try to keep it elevated. Can't believe I'm not knitting or crocheting. It feels very weird. But anyway, as soon as that gets done, I will get back to yarn and come up with some fantastic patterns for you. And in the meantime, please take a look at these patterns that are available now. This is, again, the Lace Sampler knit shawl that's one hank of Be So Fine. And I've got in the Be So Brave 2-color knit shawl. Great project for travel or taking to any social knitting or crocheting event, since it doesn't take a whole lot of thought after you get started. This incredibly awesome tote bag, and these really super deceptively simple crochet shawls. This is one hank of lacy cakes, and this one is 2 hanks of sporty cakes. That's it for this week. Hope you have a wonderful weekend, and I will talk to you soon. Bye! Please subscribe to my channel for more videos.